The NBA playoffs are here. This is the absolute best time of year for basketball fans. Legacies are being changed one game at a time. Will Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics finally get it done? Or will they choke and lose like usual? Will Luka Doncic finally get over the hump and win his first NBA Finals? Or will Anthony Edwards get his first Finals win? Maybe Paolo Banchero and the Orlando Magic absolutely shock the world and go on a run. Or maybe Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets just run through everyone and go back to back. Can LeBron and AD make it happen this year? Will Jalen Brunson be able to carry the Knicks deep into the playoffs? Maybe SGA can lead the Thunder to the NBA Finals? Will the duo of Devin Booker and Kevin Durant work out? These are all questions that will be answered in a matter of weeks. And today we are going to be trying to answer and predict all of these questions before it happens. If you guys are new, make sure to sub up. We're about to hit 2K subs. We're really close. Today, we're predicting every single playoff series. Now that the play-in is complete, we know who the 7 and 8 seeds are going to be out west and out east. It's time to make some predictions. Also, I want y'all to drop your predictions down in the comment section. And if I make a crazy prediction that you disagree with, let's have a conversation down below. But let's be honest, everyone has their own takes. It's an opinion at the end of the day. Don't get too mad because upsets do happen in the NBA playoffs and any playoffs, the NFL, MLB, whatever. There are upsets, and today we might be trying to predict some crazy upsets. We'll see. We're gonna pick game by game. We're gonna be starting off out west with the 1-seeded OKC Thunder taking on the 8th-seeded New Orleans Pelicans, who just got into the playoffs after beating the Sacramento Kings in the play-in. And they were gonna be without Zion Williamson, which is a huge loss. If they have Zion, this is interesting, and I'm not trying to spoil my prediction here, but if Zion is there for the Pelicans are a very good team. They have a lot of underrated players like Herb Jones, Trey Murphy. You know what I'm saying? They are very good. Dyson Daniels has been solid, although I don't know how many playoff minutes he's going to be getting. Zion Williamson out is a very tough loss. The Pelicans usually pretty good against good guards, especially out on the perimeter. SGA is more of a guard that's going to be looking to drive. So game one, the Thunder have been resting for how long has it been? Over a week now? It's been like a week since the Thunder have played a game. The Pelicans have been at war, essentially, with a loss to the Lakers, beating the Kings. You know what I'm saying? They've been playing. The Thunder have been game planning. I mean, it's kind of tough to know who they're going to play, but they're rested. They've probably been game planning longer. We're going to go with the Thunder at home in game one. Then game two, we're going to go with the Thunder. Honestly, again, I think if the Pelicans have Zion, this is an interesting series. But the blow with Zion not being in this game or this series is huge. And also Brandon Ingram's been banged up. He's been kind of on like minute restrictions. I don't know. We're going to go Pelicans take game 3, Thunder take game 4, and then Thunder in 5. It feels weird because a lot of people are low on the Thunder. They do come in as the 1 seed, but they're a very inexperienced team. I think they might be the most inexperienced team in the entire playoffs. It would probably be either them or like the Magic. So a lot of people are low on them, but without Zion, BI has been banged up. You know, you're asking for CJ McCollum to really go off here, and I just don't know if I see that happening. The Thunder have been just so solid offensively and defensively. We're moving the Thunder on in 5. The next series, we have the 4th-seeded Los Angeles Clippers taking on the 5th-seeded Dallas Mavericks, who had a very hot second half of their season. You know what I'm saying? They were basically a play-in team all year until about a month ago when they got red hot. I don't know the exact number. They're like 18-2 in their last 20, or I think that was a stat at one point in time, but they are going up against the Clippers, and Kawhi Leonard is questionable. I think also for the Mavs, Derek Lively is questionable for game 1. If Kawhi misses, that's big. It's still winnable in LA. You know what I'm saying? They can still get it done, but Luka is really on a mission, bro. Luka is on an absolute mission, and the Mavs are about as boom bust as they come. I made a whole tier list video talking about how I feel about each team. I put the Mavs, I'm pretty sure, actually, I don't know if I did, but there's a boom bust here. That's the definition of the Mavs, because they could go all the way. You know what I'm saying? Depending on how Luka plays, because he could drop a 40-point, he could average a 40-point triple-double. Kyrie goes off, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, they could lose in the first round. They have a tough matchup here against the Clippers. Kawhi's health matters a lot. We're gonna go with the Clippers. Actually, nah. Let's go with the Mavs in game 1. And let's just say Kawhi, I don't know. Nah, we'll go Clippers game 1. I mean, I wish we knew if Kawhi was gonna play. Same with Derek Lively. Although I hope they play Gafford more, because I think Gafford is really good. I think he's better than Lively. Lively's great, but the defensive ability that Gafford has is just, it's just great rim protection. So we're gonna go Clippers. No, we'll just go Mavs game 1. Screw it. We'll go Mavs game 1, Clippers game 2. Then we're going to Dallas. Luka's gonna go off 45 points, 9 boards, 8 assists first game in Dallas. Then we'll go Clippers. We'll go Clippers up 3-2, back to Dallas. It is going to a game 7. We have our first game 7 of the entire NBA playoffs. Who do I have winning? You know, oh my God, this would be crazy because you got Kawhi, who's honestly one of the most clutch players in the NBA. We of course know that crazy shot he had against the 76ers. You have the Mavs with Luka, who I think is pretty clutch. I'm pretty sure he had a game winner, I want to say in the bubble, maybe the year after. I think it was the bubble. He's just a clutch player as well. Kyrie's clutch. This would be an insane game. You'd have to assume it would be close. And I'm going to do something that a lot of people aren't going to like, but I'm going to go with the Clippers. And again, Kawhi's health matters. So if Kawhi's going to be banged up, if he's going to be missing games in the series, we're going Mavs, right? We're going Mavs. But if Kawhi's healthy, both teams are healthy. The Mavs are, so this is one thing that I noticed about the Mavs, and I know people are going to hate me because they want to see the Mavs go far. I want to see the Mavs go far. I want to see everyone go far. You know what I'm saying? I'm just hoping for a good postseason, right? Just because I'm picking the Clippers to win doesn't mean I don't like the Mavs. I like both these teams. This is just an unfortunate matchup. But what I saw with the Mavs, everyone's hyping up this crazy stretch they've been on. They're on fire. A lot of their wins aren't against like playoff teams. Like these wins are against, you know, the Hornets, the Grizzlies, the Jazz, those type of teams, right? They have their occasional like two wins against like playoff teams. But a lot of these wins that they've had the last month aren't against the best teams. So I think that's kind of overrated or whatever, overblown. I don't know if that's the word, but we're going to be advancing the Clippers. And again, we got to see what happens with Kawhi. Now, this next series is one of my favorites. I mean, bro, they're all great. So it's tough to even have a favorite or you know, but this series is going to be crazy because you got, I'm pretty sure, the #1 defense in the NBA, Minnesota Timberwolves, 3 seed, going up against the 6th seeded Phoenix Suns, who have been shaky this year, but lately they've been pretty good. So you got kind of, in my opinion, a really good offense at times with the Phoenix Suns. And then you have the best defense. You got offense versus defense. I know the Suns have a lineup, but I don't know how much you're going to use it where they actually have a really good defense. Game 1 in Minnesota, I just feel like, I don't know, maybe I'm misreading. I feel like Minnesota is just a tough place to play. I feel like they have a good home court advantage, you know, going in there, knowing you got that type of defense. We're going to go Minnesota in game 1. And then we're going to go, you know what? We're going to go Minnesota up 2-0. We're going to go up 2-0. But I just think that the offense with the Phoenix Suns, KD, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal's been on fire lately. He's been on fire lately. Grayson Allen's great. One of the best 3-point shooters in the league. Yusuf Nurkic, of course. And then off the bench, you got, you know, Eric Gordon, Royce O'Neal. Solid depth on this team. The Timberwolves do too. The Timberwolves also have depth. You know, it's going to be a home game series. A lot of home teams are going to be winning. We're going to go Timberwolves, Suns tied up 2-2. Suns get a win on the road. Timberwolves also get a win on the road. Goes game 7. And in game 7 in Minnesota, Devin Booker and Kevin Durant go into Minnesota and put on a masterclass and come out with a win. Now, I'm probably wrong. Let's be honest. This is an upset right here. This is a hot take, but I'm going to bank on the fact that Bradley Beal has looked really good. I think he had a 36-point game, maybe his last game, or if not, it was a few games before that. I think it was his last game. KD, D-Book, Grayson Allen, Bradley Beal. I just, you know, I believe in him. And Cat coming back, how great is he going to be? His 2 games back haven't looked like the old Cat. Is he going to have full minutes? Is he going to be getting, you know, 36 minutes a game? I don't know. We're going to go with an upset here, and we're going to go with the Suns. And again, this series, the Clippers, Mavs, I think a lot of people are going to have the Mavs. So I'm already getting different. People are going to have Mavs, Timberwolves. That's going to be the popular picks. We're getting different. Next series, 2-seeded Nuggets taking on the 7th seeded Los Angeles Lakers. And I want to say it's an opinion. It's not just Lakers fans, but I don't know. I feel like most of the people that have the Lakers winning are the Lakers fans. Let's be honest. You know what I'm saying? If I tweet about it, Lakers fans go crazy. And I think most analysts, most experts are not going to have the Lakers. So if you have the Lakers, you got to look at yourself in the mirror and say, am I a Lakers fan? Because the answer is probably yes. But you know, Denver is insane. They are. The Lakers are also a great team. It's just a really bad matchup. It is. Can they do better than last year? Last year, this was the Western Conference Finals matchup, and it was a sweep, 4-0. The Lakers, in their last 8 matchups with the Nuggets, are 0-8. They haven't beat them in like 2-3 years. I think the Lakers are really good though, with LeBron, AD, Reeves, D'Lo. Rui's been really solid, but the Nuggets are better. I do think this is a series. I do think this is an interesting series. I don't think it's going to be a sweep. So game 1 in Denver, I think this is a close. Maybe the Lakers actually steal the first game. Is that crazy? You know, I think if the first game is going to be close, we'll give the Lakers game 1. We'll get, you know what I'm saying? Lakers fans going to be going crazy on Twitter. We just stole this. We're going to the finals. Lakers win game 1. Nuggets take game 2. Now is in to LA. We're going to give the Nuggets a game. Then we're going to give the Lakers a game at home. Back to Denver. Denver's going to win this one. And then Denver is going to win in 6. So that is it for our Western Conference first round matchups. And if you want more of an explanation, I just think Denver is just the better team. I don't know who I want to see win, because I do like the legacy of LeBron James. And I just think, as you know, a basketball fan, we should just appreciate greatness. You know what I'm saying? And while he's still here, I think it would be pretty cool to see him win another at age 39. That would be insane to see. But Jokic, the last like 4 years, has been on an absolute tear. He's better win another MVP. Just the team built around him. We're going to talk more about the Nuggets in a little bit, because they're moving on. But the team built around him with Aaron Gordon, the dunker spot, KCP, 3-and-D. You know, Aaron Gordon's ability to pretty much match up against the other team's best player. Jamal Murray, we know how good of a playoff player he is. Just hopefully he's healthy, because he does have some injury problems. And, you know, but Michael Porter Jr., he's going to shoot the ball. You know, we know that. It's just a great team around Jokic. You can't really build much of a better team. And if you guys are still watching, make sure to sub up, because again, we're at 2K subs. And after seeing my first round predictions for the West, go in the comments and just tell me that you hate me, because I am absolutely wrong. And just, you know what I'm saying? Tell me what I got wrong, because I already know I'm going to see that in the comments. But moving on to the East, we have the 1-seeded Boston Celtics taking on the 8th-seeded Miami Heat. Now, we know how good the Celtics have been all year. An insane record, 64-18. As you guys can see, best record in the league, and it's not close. I believe they're top 2 in both offense and defense. Best team in the league for the regular season. It would take a catastrophe for them to lose in this first round. And just to be honest, I feel like, hold on, I don't want to say that, because I'm going to spoil my pick here. So I don't want to say that yet. But the Heat are a team that last year pretty much won the first game on the road. They were the 8th seed last year, I believe, maybe the 7. I think they were 8. And they won the first game in every series except, I think, the finals. Maybe, I don't think they won the first game in the final, maybe. But, and they beat the Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals. They beat the Celtics as the 8th seed to move on to the finals. So is that going to happen again? Jimmy Butler's going to be missing several weeks. So no, it's not. It's not going to happen again. But the Heat are a very well-coached team. They might have the best coach in the entire NBA with Eric Spoelstra, and they're a deep team. Duncan Robinson, Jaime Jaquez, Caleb Martin, you know, some of these guys, Haywood Highsmith, Nikola Jovic off the bench, they're solid. And with the coachability, or I don't even know if that's a word, but let's just assume it is. I think that they will win a game. Which game? I don't know. But if you give them more than one game, I think you're being a little generous. 2, maybe. 2 if you're lucky. But like 2 if the Celtics are messing around. Like if the Celtics are trolling and they start putting in, you know, I don't know, Sam Hauser, like out the rip, like starting the second half, and you see Peyton Pritchard. Even with that team, the Celtics still might flood the Heat. Let's just be honest. And I'm not even saying they're bad. Pritchard's actually insane. If that's a topic for another day. But yeah, the Heat aren't going to win this. The Heat aren't going to win this. So let's move on to the next one. We have the 4-seeded Cavs taking on the 5-seeded Orlando Magic. Now, we talked about the Magic earlier. They are one of the most young and experienced teams when it comes to the playoffs. And a lot of people are going to want them to win, because they did draw a decent matchup. You know, the Magic could have played, you know, the Bucks or the Celtics, or maybe even the Knicks. You know, they draw a pretty solid matchup here with the Cavs, who have been shaky this year. I still kind of like the Cavs in this one. I just trust in Donovan Mitchell. Although he hasn't done much, in the playoffs. This Cavs team with this core hasn't done too much in the playoffs. I still do trust them. And honestly, I don't know. Like, I don't think this is a series that goes 7. And I'm going to go kind of quick through this because I do think this is the worst series in the first. And by worst, I mean to watch it. You know, a lot of people aren't going to care about this series. The Magic are just a team no one really cares about unless you're a diehard NBA fan. Like, I care, you know what I'm saying? But if you have to look through all the series, this is the boring one. This is the 8th most interesting one. It's you know what I'm saying? So we're going to go Cavs game 1. Let's go Magic game 2. Let's go Magic game 2. Magic game 3. Cavs. 4-2 Cavs. Let's move on to the next one. This series, I mean, the Cavs are just the better team in my opinion, if you want to hear my thoughts on it, because I know people are gonna be, bro, you didn't even explain it. The Cavs just have a better team, and I think they have a little more depth. I don't know. I just think the Magic is gonna be good for them. This is what, year 2 of Palo, and this Palo Franz core, you know, maybe they bring in another star type player next year. They don't have expectations, so I think it's just good for them that they're even gonna be in playoff games. You know what I mean? So I don't think many people have the Magic winning in round 1. Next up, we have, in my opinion, one of the most interesting series of the first round, because we got the rivalry. The 3-seeded Milwaukee Bucks taking on the 6-seeded Pacers. I mean, they had the play-in, the in-season tournament game. They had the game where Giannis went for like 62, I think it was, and they kept the game ball. There's some beef here. There's some real, genuine beef. You know, Giannis tried to charge into the locker room or whatever. But Giannis is expected to miss the beginning of this series. How many games? I don't know. He had that non-contact injury where I don't know, something in his leg. I don't know the exact muscle or whatever, but it didn't look good. He might have strained something. I don't know what the exact injury is, but I don't think he's going to play game 1. Maybe not even game 2. Maybe not I don't know. He could miss the whole series. Who knows? The thing about this series is the Pacers are one of the fastest teams. They like to push the ball. Halliburton's throwing crazy passes, and the Bucks are a pretty slow team, especially without Giannis. They don't have, I mean, that's a slow team. Dame Lillard, Pat Bev, Chris Middleton, Bobby Portis probably slotting at the 4, Brooke Lopez. I mean, that's slow. They're not really pushing things with this team. I also think Malik Beasley should probably play more than Pat Bev, but I don't know. I think I looked and they're going to start Pat Bev. I don't know if that's true, but coming into this, no Giannis in Milwaukee. This series is so tough, and I honestly feel like I might spend a lot of time on this. I just don't know how I feel about this series because it's so tough, and then Giannis is going to miss time, and it's like, it's tough. It really is. And also, Mathurin's out for the year, and they traded Buddy Hield, so the Pacers are kind of lacking some, you know, 2-guard depth, which they had a lot of. You know, you got Naismith, Nembhard, TJ McConnell, but now you got, you know, Ben Shepherd, who's gonna probably have to play a little. He's gonna play 25-ish minutes. Doug McDermott, you know, Obi Toppin. I don't know. The depth just got questionable after their trades and their injury to Mathurin. Because it is in Milwaukee and they are gonna, I think, be without Giannis, I'm gonna say Bobby Portis hoops. He usually hoops without Giannis. Dame goes for 27, and the Pacers start off slow. But then they take game 2. Then it goes to Indiana. Is Giannis back at this time? That's the thing about predicting a whole playoff run. You don't know what's going to happen. Is he going to get re-injured? Who knows, right? So we're in Indiana, and I'm just going to tell you right now, I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm just kind of feeling it out. This is the one series where I don't even know what I'm about to pick. I don't know who. You know, with most series, I'm like, all right, I'm going to pick, you know, Suns in 7. You know, I have no clue what I'm doing here, and I think y'all probably feel the same. Like, this could really go any way. It's in Indy. We're going to go Pacers. Okay, so now by game 4, we should expect Giannis to be pretty much back, right? He should be. And we're going to go Bucks 2-2. We're going to go Bucks 2-2. Bucks, Pacers, game 5 in Milwaukee. We're going to go Bucks, and then we're going to go Pacers. This just feels like a game 7 series. And again, with the injuries, it's tough to know what exactly will happen. And we just have to assume Giannis will be good at this point in time. In Milwaukee, game time, he's clutch. We're going Milwaukee. And coming into this, I had the Pacers. So that's how flip-floppy or whatever you want to say I am with the series. I don't know. We're going to go Bucks, though. We're going to go Bucks in 7. And this really hangs on, I don't even know if that's the right word, but it just, we need to know about Giannis. We need to know about Giannis, his health. can change the series completely. This next series is an interesting one because we have the 2-seeded New York Knicks who, I mean, do they really feel like a 2 seed? They feel like a good team, but 2 is kind of crazy to me. And then you have the 7-seeded Philadelphia 76ers who earlier in the year were like a 2, 3, 4 seed. They had the MVP Joel Embiid, who of course missed pretty much half the season, but now he's back. So now you got a team that should really be a 2, 3, 4 seed as a 7. And so the big question here is, how's Joel Embiid going to be for a full 7-game series? Is he going to get re-injured? He's still a little banged up. I expect him to play, but that's a question. You know, the Knicks are also without Julius Randle, so that's a thing. The Knicks are a team with decent depth, but they kind of lack stars. They have Jalen Brunson. That's about it. I'm not going to say OG Anunoby is a star. I know Knicks fans love him, and he's a great player, but he's not a star. Jalen Brunson is going to go off in this series. And if I'm wrong, I don't know how that's wrong, because I mean, what would have to happen? Jalen Brunson would have to shit his pants on live television. And is that going to happen? I doubt it. So Jalen Brunson's going to go off. We know that's going to happen. But how can Dante DiVincenzo play? How can Miles McBride off the bench play? How can Josh Hart play? And I just don't know. But with the Sixers, okay, let's just be honest. This could go either way. It really could. You know, because I was about to say, I feel better about the Sixers, like, role play. Like, I like Kelly Oubre, Buddy Hield. They got spark plug type players. Tyrese Maxey is not Brunson, but he can be, a tier below Brunson. And then you also got the MVP, which makes this interesting. Makes it a very interesting season. We just saw Nicholas Batum come off the bench and go for 20 in the play-in. You know what I'm saying? They got these guys that can just be spark plugs. I'm not saying Batum's going to do that again because I doubt it. But game 1. In New York, we're going to go with the Knicks getting a win. No, we're not. We're going to say Embiid comes out and gives them 35. I'm switching my pick. I'm sorry. I'm switching my pick. Game 2, we're going to go with the Knicks. I just don't know. Like, if this goes 7, is Embiid going to be, is he going to be healthy? You know what I'm saying? That's something that's tough to predict. Now we go to Philly. Let's give the Knicks a win. Okay, this is what I'm thinking. My logic says go Sixers. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but my mind is telling me right now the Knicks are going to win. So let's just fast forward this to a 7-game series, and it goes game 7. Jalen Brunson, Joel Embiid. Is Joel Embiid even playing in this game? Who knows? We're going to say he is. Jalen Brunson, 40 points. Knicks move on. I don't feel great about it. I really don't, because coming into this, just like this series, I had the Pacers winning. I had the Sixers winning. But now my heart's telling me go Knicks. Go with the Knicks here. Because I just don't know if they can contain Embiid. Can anyone really stop Embiid? I don't know. But the Knicks with Hartenstein, Mitchell Robinson, I don't feel great about it, but they're not terrible. You know what I'm saying? That's something. But yeah, so let's move on to the second round. We do have our second round matchups, the Final 4 out west and the Final 4 out east. Very interesting series between the 1-seeded OKC Thunder and the 4th-seeded LA Clippers. And by the way, I'm going to go a little bit faster because we don't want this video to be an hour long, and we don't even know if these matchups are going to be the matchups that happen. So after round 1, I'll probably drop a new video when we have the actual matchups, unless I just got it 100% accurate. Then that would be crazy. But we're going to start off in OKC with a win, then the Clippers win game 2. Back to LA. Let's go Clippers winning both of them. Thunder winning that, but Clippers win it in 6. Of course, we need to know if Kawhi Leonard can be healthy, but this is where I think, you have the Clippers who have playoff experience going up against the Thunder who don't have much, and I think this is where the Thunder just kind of meet the end of the road for this season. Great season. Moving, they got some playoff experience. They won a playoff series. Moving on to the next season, feeling better about them. But right now, I just don't know. I trust in the Clippers a little bit more, so we're going to be picking them to move on. Nuggets and Suns. Is this series even going to happen? Who knows? Because maybe the Lakers upset the Nuggets. Maybe the Timberwolves beat the Suns. The Timberwolves, they're the favorite. They'll probably beat the Suns. But here we are. We're going to go game 1 in Denver. Nuggets win both. Then Suns win 1. Nuggets win game 4. Suns, season on the line in Denver. Can they do it? Let's just say they can. Goes game 6. Nuggets in 6. So now we have our Western Conference Finals, which we'll get to in a second. Clippers and Nuggets moving out east. Celtics taking on the Cavs. Now, I've been a believer in the Cavs all year. A lot of people low on them. I'm like, I trust in this team with Garland, Mitchell, Max Strus. Evan Mobley, Jarrett Allen, they've been banged up. They've been a team that's been really good at times when they've had injuries. Jarrett Allen's been hooping when they had a lot of injuries. You know what I'm saying? There's just, I don't know. It's a weird team this year because of all the injuries and just, but they're back right now. They're back and everyone's pretty much healthy. So they have that going for them. But the Celtics are the best team in the league. So we're going to go Celtics game 1, Celtics game 2. Then it goes to Cleveland. Celtics take game 1, Cavs take game 2. Celtics in 5. But at the same time, I'm going to go Celtics in 5, but at the same time, it's like the Celtics are a team who have been known to choke in the playoffs, and they're also a team that has been known to kind of play down to their opponent's level and, you know, mess around in series and force game 7s for no reason because they were just kind of, I don't know. You know, we saw that a lot last year, and they put themselves in these weird situations where they can lose a series to a team that they probably shouldn't lose a series to. But we'll just trust them. Maybe I'm making a mistake, but the team's different this year with Drew Holiday, Kristaps Porzingis in the paint. I mean, it's just a crazy team. It is. Knicks, Bucks. Now, again, how healthy is Giannis going to be? We're not sure, but game 1 is in New York, in the Garden. This is going to be a crazy game. Giannis and Dame going into the Garden. I mean, I already know the atmosphere is going to be insane in this game. We are going to go with the Knicks in game 1. Like, I don't know. I just feel that home court like advantage for the Knicks. I don't know if y'all feel that too. Like, I just feel like they get it done in front of their home crowd. Like, especially game 1, I'm just trusting in it. A lot of this is feel. A lot of this, you got to just go with your gut on a lot of this. And I'm feeling like the Knicks, if this happened, get it done in game 1. Game 2, we'll go with the Bucks. Knicks win game 3 in Milwaukee. Then the Bucks take one back to the Garden. The Knicks win it. Back to Milwaukee. The Bucks win it. Game 7 in the Garden. Jalen Brunson versus Dame Lillard and Giannis. I'm going to have to go with the Milwaukee Bucks. I just think they're a more complete team. Again, it depends on Giannis' health, but they are a more complete team with Dame. I'm not even going to say Pat Beverley. I'm going to say Malik Beasley because he's one of the best three-point shooters. I like him a little bit better. Chris Middleton, Giannis, Brooke Lopez, Bobby Portis off the bench, Pat Connaughton, Pat Bev. I mean, this is a team that has depth and they have the star power and they've been there before. I mean, Dame's been in some games, you know, but Giannis has been there before. A lot of these guys have been there before. They won the finals. We're going Bucks and we're moving on to the conference finals. Nuggets, Clippers, Bucks, Celtics. Now, I hate to predict based on, you know, health and injuries, but the Clippers are a very, very injury-prone team with Kawhi Leonard, who we've seen over the years always come up with injuries, and he's injured right now. So I think we should factor that in. I think having the Clippers win the NBA Finals would be a little bit crazy considering they have injuries right now. But I also, early in the year, they were my team. I said, I dropped this video, I think halfway through the year. I had the Clippers winning it all. I predicted the rest of the season. I did this exact thing, and I had the Clippers, I think, beating the Bucks or something. So that could happen, but we're gonna go, it's in Denver. We're gonna go we're gonna go Clippers game 1, then we're gonna go Nuggets, then it goes to LA. We're gonna go Nuggets, take both in LA, and then we're gonna say Nuggets in 5. Is that crazy? Nah, Clippers, then Nuggets. Nah, Nuggets in 5. Nuggets in 5. We're gonna go Nuggets in 5, sending them to the finals once again. Boston Celtics, Milwaukee Bucks. Now, if this series were to actually happen, I mean, a lot of people are low on the Bucks, and I get it. I get it because Damian Lillard has not looked great this year. Giannis is banged up. The coach is Doc Rivers, who is a known choker. And honestly, I don't think he's a great coach. And coaching matters, especially in the playoffs when you have, you know, season on the line. You need money plays, essentially. You need to draw some crazy shit up. You need to, you know, make adjustments. Can Doc do that like the rest of the coaches? I don't know. So that is the thing. Game 1's going to be in Boston. We're going to go Celtics. Game 2, we're going to go we'll go Bucks. Game 3, we'll go Bucks. Get a sneaky 2-1 lead on the Celtics. Can they do it? Celtics take game 4 in Milwaukee, back to Boston. This is a crucial game. And we're going to go with the Celtics in game 5, Bucks in game 6, game 7, Celtics Bucks. Can Dame get it done again? Because I believe we have them in, game 7 here against the Knicks, and then a game 7 against the Pacers in round 1. So another game 7 for the Bucks. They're tired. They've been essentially playing a whole nother season in the postseason here. Is it time for the Celtics to, get it done, move on back to the finals like 2022, or are they going to choke again? I don't know. I truly don't know. The health of Kristaps Porzingis is also huge, because if they're without him, we go Bucks. But why would we assume they're going to be without him? But he's pretty injury prone. But with Kristaps Porzingis, with Drew Holiday, who they just extended, Derek White, Jaylen Brown just hit. I mean, how can you pick against this team in the Eastern Conference? I just think you're going for, I don't know how many viewers are 2K viewers, but in the 2K community, we'd say you're going for swag here. If you pick somebody other than the Celtics, you're going for swag. You're getting crazy, right? You just gotta go with the Celtics. And we have the inevitable matchup that I've been talking about pretty much all year. Celtics, Nuggets in the NBA Finals. Nuggets won the NBA Finals last year. Celtics lost in the Eastern Conference Finals to the Miami Heat somehow. How did that happen? How do they let that happen? That's why people call them chokers. And they played 2 times this year, both close games. The Nuggets took both of them. Playoffs are different though. I honestly feel like for this series though, it's not much different. Like, I don't think these players are going to be too nervous. A lot of these guys have been there before. So I do think it's going to be kind of like those regular season games we saw. Very close, hard fought games that could really go either way. Game 1 in Boston. We're going to go with the Celtics taking game 1, Nuggets taking game 2. Game 3 in Denver. You got the high altitude. We're going to go Celtics. Then we're going to go Nuggets. Then it's game 5 in Boston. And we're going to go with the Celtics back to Denver. We're going to go game 7, which is rare because we don't get many game 7s in the NBA Finals. It's pretty rare, and it's very cool when we do get it because it's so intense. Everything's in the line. 1 game to go. And I'm going to stick to what I've been saying all year. Nikola Jokic is inevitable. He is. I'm not saying next year or the year after, but right now, to me, in my heart and my gut, Jokic is inevitable. He's proven that early this year when these teams played. They knew it was a big game. They were trying their best. Jokic edged out both of the wins. And I just trust in them. The team built around Jokic. He's about to get another MVP. Probably should have 4. He's gonna have 3 MVPs. He's gonna go back to back. The Denver Nuggets are gonna beat the Boston Celtics in a 7-game series. Nikola Jokic is inevitable, and I know a lot of people are gonna have the Boston Celtics winning the NBA Finals. That's the favorite. They're the #1 team. If you look at the odds, they are. But I just feel like it's that Jokic time, bro. It's that Jokic era. We're in the midst of it, and Jokic is gonna get another ring. And then are they gonna slow down? Probably. Maybe someone else wins it next year. But the Nuggets and Jokic are going back to back. That's the pick. And this is my official NBA playoff predictions bracket, or whatever you want to call it. Again, sub up because we're about to hit 2K subs. Maybe we hit 2,000 subs off this video, bro. I appreciate y'all. And again, don't get too heated about this. It's all opinions. You have your opinion. I have my opinion. Let me know your opinion in the comment section because I'm going to be going through all the comments. I want to see some hot takes. I want to see everyone's takes, really. So leave them down in the comments below. Sub up if you guys enjoyed this one. Drop a like. There should be a video popping up on your screen right here if you haven't seen it yet. But hopefully these playoffs are fun. See y'all in the next one. Peace.